Horston puts up the rounder. It's good with 0.3 seconds to go.
Davis launches a deep three. What? Shot it from the parking lot.
Heart of a lion. Fire inside me blaze like a siren.
Here's a pass down to McCoy for the layup. Good.
Beast, no, I can't keep silent.
Jesse ready. Buries another.
Time is expiring. Blood, sweat, and tears. I conquer my fears. I'm ready to fly now.
Dowling at the buzzer. Gets it to go.
Lawrence dribbles through traffic and takes it all the way to the rim for two.
Gets it over to Burrell. She nails it. You'll leave her open and she punishes you.
Good afternoon and welcome to Countdown to Tipoff, presented by UT Knoxville alumni and Tennessee Athletics. Happy game day, and thank you for joining us for our virtual pep rally. I'm Brian Rice, two-time UT alumnus and radio host here in Knoxville. Our event today would not be possible without our partners and sponsors, including Coca-Cola, Farm Bureau, First Horizon, Food City, Graduate Knoxville, Graphic Creations, One Riverwalk, Pilot Company, Threads, and UT Medical Center. Now let's get started. On today's show, we'll have remarks from Chancellor Dondi Plowman. I'll be joined by former Lady Vol Michelle Marciniak. I'll give you some keys to tonight's game against Connecticut, a message from Coach Harper, and much more. Be sure to stay with us until the end of the show. We will announce the lucky Lady Vol fan of the week that will receive tickets to tonight's game. First, let's get started with some remarks from our Chancellor, Dondi Plowman.
Hello from Rocky Top. I'm Dondi Plowman, Chancellor at UT Knoxville. I'm looking forward to seeing the Lady Vols take on the UConn Huskies this evening at Thompson Bowling Arena during our We Back Pat event. As part of the Hall of Fame Revival Series, I am thrilled that a portion of the proceeds will benefit the Pat Summitt Foundation, the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame, and the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. Pat Summitt was truly one of a kind and taken far too quickly from us. One of my greatest regrets is not having the opportunity to meet and get to know Coach Pat Summitt. I continue to be inspired by her tenacity, determination, and her grit through the stories I've read and experiences I hear from former players, colleagues, and friends. Tonight, we will come together and back Pat. Good luck to our Lady Vols, and I can't wait to cheer them on this evening. Thank you.
You know, as somebody who did have the opportunity to work with Coach Summitt for a long time and in a lot of different roles, I can echo what the Chancellor said. Her impact on everyone she came in contact with cannot be overstated. And you'll see a little bit of that tonight as we get ready to revive this rivalry once again and welcome Connecticut back to Thompson Bowling Arena. Before we preview tonight's game, let's take a look back at the matchup between these two teams last year, January 23rd, 2020, as Tennessee went to Storrs.
Goes to Davis. Davis steps back for a three-pointer. Good. Pass back out is deflected and stolen by Massengill. Massengill over to Horston for the layup. Good. Massengill goes over to Horston on the right side of the circle. Back to Massengill. Into the left corner, Brown fires a three-pointer. Good. On the curl, back to Davis. Five-footer, good by Davis. Into the right corner, Horston fakes a three, drives, puts up the floater from the baseline. Good by Horston. Burrell comes into the paint, puts it up, counted, and she's fouled. Burrell to the free throw line, pulls up, jump shot good by Burrell. Key gets it, puts it up, good. How did she hit that one? That was a tough shot by Key. Massengill right side to Davis, double pump layup, good by Ree. Walker faces up, leaves it to Makarad. She comes into the paint, and an offensive, wait a minute, the outside official was going to say an offensive foul, and now they finally do the offensive foul on Makarad. Massengill comes into front court, drives right side, puts it up, counted, and she's fouled. Over it goes to Massengill, right wing for a three, and she hits it. Here's Griffin, fakes a three, drives in, puts it up, and a charge is going to be called on Aubrey Griffin. It was Lou Brown that stepped in and took it. Here's Tennessee with the basketball. Lead pass up to Burrell. Pull-up jumper by Burrell is good. Davis in the left corner for three, hits it. Backdoor pass goes to Davis for the layup. Count it. She's fouled. Horston down low to Kush Kiddawa. Skip pass over to Massengill. Right wing for a three. Good. Pull-up jumper. Massengill. Good. Brown dribbles right. Backdoor to Davis for the layup. Good. Davis goes right. Pulls up. Jump shot. Good. Massengill comes into front court. Goes down low for a pass to Burrell for the layup. Good. A good second half by UConn does end the Lady Vols here in Hartford. Your final score, Connecticut 60, Tennessee 45.
A very special guest joins us now on Countdown to Tip-Off. Who better to preview Tennessee and UConn than somebody who was there for the first game between the two programs, the first win, and the first meeting in the Final Four, and that is Michelle Marciniak. So, Michelle, thanks so much for joining us today. It means a lot to have former Lady Vol back. Had so much success as you've had, but particularly with UConn coming up, you were a part of that first Tennessee team that went to UConn. And the Huskies at the time, new kid on the block, meant a lot for Tennessee to go up there. You met him in the regular season on a snowy day in Stores, then again later that year for a national championship. What are your memories of those first two meetings?
Not good ones. Not good memories. Of course, the first game we played at UConn, and I do remember how bad the weather was, and yet they had a great crowd that showed up, and we got completely outplayed, and it was not a good game for us, and of course we weren't used to losing at all, but UConn was, as you mentioned, they were up and coming, and a really great team was starting to form with them. I mean, they always had Gino as the coach, and he was successful, but it really was the rivalry between, Pat and Gino, the rivalry between, me and Rosati and, Lobo and all of, Dana Johnson. And it became coach against coach, player against player, and then obviously team against team. But that really was that time in Stores. That was when it all started. And unfortunately, it all started because they beat us and by a good bit. And then we went on and played for the national championship that year in 1995 in Minneapolis and lost the national championship. I don't think there's anything worse in life. Of course, there's a lot worse things in life. But from a sports standpoint, there's nothing worse than getting to a championship game and losing. So I took that really hard, and like I said, you learn more from losses than you do wins. I can vouch for that, both in sports and in life. But still, it still stings even to this day.
So the next year they come to Knoxville, lose that one as well, but then a rematch in the Final Four with a chance to go to the national championship game on the line. That rivalry continued to grow after that. But at that point, did you feel meeting in that Final Four that, hey, we've really got to get these guys because this is the program that's coming after our program's dominance?
Yeah, I mean, that next year, it stung so bad. We hadn't lost on our home floor since 1991. That's quite a long winning streak. And the game was in Knoxville, and it just we didn't play well, and it was crazy because here you have this team that's not necessarily up until that point, meaning that year, they weren't a team that everyone was gunning for. You know what I mean? That was us. Everyone was gunning for us, and we would go to arenas and sell out arenas. And so, another game with a snowstorm. It was in Knoxville, but we still had 10, 11,000 people in there. And it was really bad weather, and we just played terrible. So again, you learn more from losses, and so here we have, a loss at UConn, a loss in a national championship game, a loss at Tennessee. So this team that we didn't think, was up and coming at the time, we learned real quick over those last 3 games that they were for real. They were here to stay, and obviously the storied program that they've built and that Gino has built speaks for itself from that day forward. But yeah, that those 3 games, those 3 losses really hurt. But then we had a chance to redeem ourselves in the national championship semi that year. It was my senior year, and I think we had just had enough. We had enough of all the accolades and everything. It was all about UConn, and I remember being in like the team locker room and in team meetings, and we're like, we can't let this happen again. We will not let this happen. And thank God history didn't repeat itself for a 4th time. And we ended up winning the national championship against Georgia. But that was a huge win for us. Obviously, it set up for us to go on and win the title that year. But a lot of people say the national championship game was actually the one that went into overtime in the national semifinal.
Well, I think part of you being most outstanding player that year was the performance in that Final Four game, and it did seem like that was it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I put a lot of pressure on myself for the fans, for the University of Tennessee. Here I was, a senior. This is the last time. It's like you get one more shot. Pat put a ton of pressure on me. So as a
it never happened,
leader,
right?
No, it never happened. But as a senior leader point guard, it was imperative that we won, and she made no mistake about it. She put all the pressure on me as her point guard, and I just I had to put ice in my veins and just go out and lead the team, and that's what I ended up doing. And she was obviously very proud of our team. She was very proud of me as her point guard, that I was able to lead the team like I did and lead it with her. She was leading from the bench, but I was leading the game through her out there on the floor. And but that was a really special moment for us, and one I will, in the rivalry, I'll never forget, because it is when UConn Tennessee started. Women's basketball had sort of gotten a rebirth, right? That they were recognized. They were of course recognized, but this was ESPN. ESPN got behind the games, and they started putting them on national television, and it was number 1 and number 2 of the country, and it was sellouts, and it was a pretty awesome environment. I feel pretty honored and privileged to have played and have been the point guard that started with the rivalry between Tennessee and UConn.
This game wraps up We Back Pat week, and I know, being her former point guard and the relationship you had and all of that, the impact that Pat Summitt had across college basketball and across women's sports. When you see the response around the sports world to We Back Pat week, and rivals wearing the We Back Pat shirts, all the way down to high schools that want to send some support, what feelings does that bring out in you?
I think the feelings it brings out in me is just a feeling of love and respect and loyalty, towards Pat. I mean, she was special. So there's no one in the world that's like Pat Summitt. And I think the world was able to see that with how she fought against Alzheimer's in such a public way. And she was not a coward. She did not hole up and hide it and try to pretend like it wasn't happening. And she, I mean, to do that, if you think about that, as prominent as she was, as good as she was, as amazing, and this dominant coach all of a sudden says, I've got an issue, and I'm probably not going to survive because of it. But that, I mean, I just have chills even saying that, the fact that she was able to do that. But to be honest, I would expect nothing less of her, because that's who she was. She was a fighter. and she was a fighter until the very end. And Pat Summit was just an amazing human being. Yes, she did all this for women, but she did a lot for women and men. And I just so happened to be a recipient of the woman that she made us all become. That person, poured her heart and soul into the players that played for her, and into the program and her staff, and fans. And it just she was Pat Summit was special, but she had the courage of a lion in the end. And I mean, how can you not be amazed at what Pat Summit did?
Quickly to wrap up with you, you were just named a recipient of the NCAA Silver Anniversary Award. What does that mean to you?
It's special. I'm humbled. I mean, let me just say, I feel very special that I was awarded. It makes me feel old. It makes me feel like I've been gone for 25 years, which I have been. But just it's a testament to who I played for. It's a testament to my parents, who gave up, their lives so that I could travel around and play basketball, to my brothers and sisters, and all of my close friends. I mean, everybody that supported me. It's a testament to a lot of different people helping me to get to where I am today. And for that, I feel very honored, and I will continue to pass on the legacy that Pat Summit instilled within me into others.
Michelle Marciniak, thanks so much for giving us some of your time today as we get ready to count down to Tennessee and UConn. Thank you so much for your time.
Go Lady Vols.
Go Lady Vols. That's Michelle
Thank you.
Marciniak. Michelle Marciniak, so great to give us some of her time here this afternoon, and looking forward to Tennessee and Connecticut, another great matchup tonight. I tell you, the basketball, the rivalry, the competition doesn't get better than this. The biggest rivalry in women's basketball. Don't miss your Tennessee Lady Vols in this Hall of Fame rivalry series game against the UConn Huskies. Tonight, January 21st, 7 o'clock, Thompson Bowling Arena. Wear your orange and purple as we celebrate the 10th anniversary of We Back Pat Week in support of the Pat Summit Foundation. For information on safety protocols and physically distanced seating, visit utsports.com, and to get your tickets, still a few remain, for this can't-miss rivalry matchup, visit allvols.com before they're gone. Now, as we get ready for tonight's game, it's time for our keys to the game. Every time here on Countdown to Tip-Off, I'll bring you 3 keys to a Tennessee victory, and it starts with limit the turnovers. It seems simple, and it's something that Tennessee's worked hard on this season, been really good with at times this season. Other times it's needed an adjustment, and Kelly Harper's been on them for that. Here's the key stat, though. Connecticut averages 20.1 turnovers per game forced, and they turn those into an average of 26.8 points off of turnovers every game. You can't spot Connecticut 26, almost 27 points off your turnovers and expect to win the game. Number 2 is turn up the pressure. Here's the reality for UConn. Because of COVID, they've only played 8 games. Their win over Butler Tuesday night, and it was a big one, was the Huskies' just 2nd game since December 29th. And third and final, remember, you're playing tonight's game. Not this whole rivalry, not this whole series. Tennessee 2021 is playing Connecticut 2021. The rivalry, how special it is, and everything that comes along with it is great. But for those 40 minutes between the lines tonight, it can only be about tonight and your matchup, the player in front of you, if you're a Tennessee Lady Vol. Again, to recap, limit the turnovers, always a key stat in basketball. Turn up the pressure. Connecticut used to the game speed, you're going to find out pretty quick tonight. And then finally, remember, you're playing tonight's game, not the whole series. Big Orange Country, the perfect subscription box now exists. It's a new year. You need some new gear. And there's a box for every season of the year for you to get your fresh new Volun Gear box. Each Big Orange box contains original pieces and collectibles only available from Tennessee Athletics. Choose your favorite season, including a basketball-themed March Madness box coming in March, the Vols of Summer, and the Vol Tailgate. Or collect all 3. Gift or get your Volun Gear box right now at allvols.com today. Now let's give a big orange welcome to Tennessee Lady Vol head coach Kelly Harper. Coach, thanks so much for giving us a little bit of your time today.
Hi, I'm Kelly Harper, head coach of the Lady Vols. Thank you for tuning in this week to help fuel the excitement for this week's big game. The team, coaches, and I are intensely preparing for this week's matchup. This rivalry hits close to home, as I played in this series 5 times against the UConn Huskies. It's hard to put into words what this historic matchup has meant to women's basketball. But this week's game is more than just the historic rivalry. More importantly, it's about the 10th anniversary of the We Back Pat Week and the mission of the Pat Summitt Foundation to help beat Alzheimer's. During the We Back Pat Week, the team will be honoring Coach Summitt by wearing Summitt on the back of purple detailed jerseys. We hope you will join us in the fight on Thursday. Wear your orange, wear your purple. Help us beat UConn and help the Pat Summitt Foundation beat Alzheimer's. Go Lady Vols!
Before COVID hit, Coach Harper, and we thank you again so much for your comments here today. So we get ready for Tennessee and UConn. Before COVID hit, Kelly Harper took some trips around campus. We want to bring you one of those today with her former teammate. They combined for not 1, not 2, 3 national championships, and that's Shamiqua Holtzclaw. Here's karaoke with Kelly.
Meek.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Oh man, this is real VIP service right here. Whoa.
It's not every day you get to pick up a Hall of Famer and Olympic gold medalist and first round draft pick and leading scorer and leading rebounder.
Well, while we were here, I mean, you the engine to the train. You made it work.
Want to ride around?
Yeah, where we going? Take me around.
Let's ride around. I think one of the really cool things about our program, and it's our program,
Oh,
right?
yes, definitely.
Are our alums. I really think it's, we have so many amazing alums that excelled not just in basketball but other areas.
But other areas are doing great things. Also, we got the most amazing fans. We were talking about that.
How you'll still run into the same ones.
Same ones, same seats.
The thing about alums, I think they're just so passionate about the program and want so much for this program to succeed.
Oh yes.
And are always there pulling for this team, and it's really cool, really special.
Started off by the legendary, Coach Pat Summitt.
She obviously shaped us.
Oh, definitely. Just not to be great athletes, but just strong women in general,
Well, she was such a great role model.
Oh, definitely.
And I think not just a role model as a coach, but a role model as a mom.
Yes, definitely.
And we were able to watch firsthand what it looked like to be a professional woman who was also a mother and a great mother.
Oh, definitely. I had a flashback yesterday, though, when I was watching Jackson and he was there after he got out of school and you're hugging him. I thought about Pat and Tyler. I was like, oh my God.
So you come back, you go to games.
Oh, definitely. I love it. I'm a proud UT alumni, and I just had no idea how being a part of this UT family, taking that chance, would just impact my life. I had no idea.
We had no idea what we didn't know, right?
No idea.
But we sat down before we came to campus. We were seniors in high school and said, hey, when we go, let's win 4 national championships.
Man, we had no idea. We wouldn't even get close to that.
Yeah, we almost got it.
Almost.
I'm still bitter.
Almost.
I'm still bitter.
So I'm excited. I'm excited to see Coach Harper get out there. I'm gonna be screaming, go Kelly!
Let's sing some songs since this is karaoke.
What y'all trying to do? 24 karat magic, baby. Hold on.
You know what I remember?
What?
I'm 6'2". I'm coming straight at you.
Oh,
Hold on.
Come on.
My name is Meek. My styles are unique. I'm 6'2", coming straight
From you. And I roll with the illest crew. The L, the A, the D, the Y, the V, the O, the L to the S. And when we step on the court, we're always the best. Yeah! Oh my God, you remember that.
Always good to get the two Lady Vols for life together. That's a pretty special combo, as it was on the court. Same chemistry off the court as well. Now let's hear from somebody else who knows a little bit about winning on the field. That's Associate Vice Chancellor for Alumni Affairs, Dwayne Wiles. People don't know about your history, but you've got a couple of rings in the closet, don't you?
Yeah, something like that, Brian. And let me tell you, first and foremost, I will not be singing any karaoke today. But that was a wonderful, wonderful segment and wonderful.
You and me, no singing between the two of us. I promise you that.
Well, Brian, I appreciate you, and thank you so much for hosting today's event. And I don't know about you, I'm ready to cheer on the Lady Vols tonight, and I know that many of you are too. And let me just take a few minutes to share how you can be proud, be involved, and be invested with our office. Be proud by wearing your orange, especially on Big Orange Friday. Be involved by tuning into our virtual countdown to tip-off events like today. You can view the full schedule for events online at alumni.utk.edu/countdown. And be invested in our students. You are making an impact in the lives of our students every day. Please help us continue to support our students by giving at least one gift, any size, every year. You can make a donation by visiting us online at giving.utk.edu. Thanks for having me again today, Brian, and go Lady Vols.
Dwayne, thanks so much for giving us some of your time today. Look forward to Tennessee and Connecticut tonight. Look forward to talking to you again soon.
You bet.
Before we wrap up today, we have some prizes to give away, and that's a big congratulations to Ashley Golden, our Lady Vols Fan of the Week. Ashley, you've won 2 tickets to the game tonight. We'll email you with the details here shortly. If you want to win next week, follow at TENN Alum. That's at 10 Alum on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram for details on how to win each week. And we'll give away something every week here on Countdown to Tip-Off. Be sure to join me again next Friday, January 29th, as we count down to tip-off for the Tennessee Vols against Kansas game. I'll be live at 12:30, once again streaming on Facebook and YouTube. Looking forward to seeing you all then. Don't forget tonight's Lady Vols game, 7 o'clock against Connecticut on ESPN. This is Brian Rice for everyone behind the scenes at UT Alumni and Countdown to Tip-Off. Thank you so much. So long, everybody.